Bigger picture. Business Express on Smooth 98.1.
And a good morning to you once more, Lagos. You're tuned in and listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. Right now, it's time for Business Express. In the studio, as per usual, we've got Rotus. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Folu. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Nice to be back in Lagos, and nice to have you with us. Now, do send in your messages, your questions, and your comments about all our business-related stories today using our WhatsApp number, which is 0809 4440981. You can also tweet at us. Just use the hashtag Business Express 981. And last but not least, we're also streaming live on YouTube. For those of you who have already hit the subscribe button, you would have got the little notification link. For the rest of you, go over and hit that button right now.
All right, thank you so much, Folu. Lagos, excuse my voice. I lost it screaming yesterday over the match. So the all-share index was down. Actually, it was flat yesterday, but arguably was down by 0.01%. 37,988 is where we closed. The market cap is still at 13.7 trillion naira. So far this year, we're down by 0.7%. 22 gainers, 23 losers. NEM Insurance was the top gainer yesterday, up by 10%. Japal was the top loser, down by 8.9. We're still at 362 to the dollar. Wede of Afrin Invest is with us in the studio. Wede, good morning to you.
Hi, good morning, Lagos.
All right, good to have you with us. So, help us out. There's the headline here. The stock exchange is going to, as of July the 1st, going to improve equities efficiency with a new trading structure. When I was looking at this story, the story, I think it was from This Day or The Punch, it didn't actually go into specifics of what exactly this new market structure was going to be, but Mr. Oscar Onyema, the chief executive of the NSC, was saying that it's going to level the playing field for traders and so on and so forth. Do you have any insight as to what the structure is going to be about or what they're going to be doing?
Yes, this is in line with the NSC's plan to improve liquidity in the market and improve enhance efficiency.
Okay.
So before we had a pre-open, that's before normal continuous trading sessions. We had pre-open and we had pre-close, where market makers create liquidity and match orders.
Okay.
But now the pre-open session is open for all market participants, not only the market makers. So you can key in your orders at the pre-open time, which is from 9:30, 10 to 10:15,
right,
which is the pre-open adjust time. So you can key in your put in your quotes with the indicative prices for the day.
So it's moved from 9:30 to 10, between 10 and 10:15.
9:30 to 10:05 is the pre-open session. So traders just key in queuing their positions.
Right.
But the adjustment time is from 10:05 to 10:15.
Okay.
So basically those quotes are matched at 10:05 to 10:15. New quotes can go in at this time. Continuous trading will now continue 10:15 to 2:29.
Okay.
Then from 2:29 to 2:30, that 1 minute is now for market makers only to match the orders and ensure that it doesn't close plus or minus 5%. It reduces the volatility towards the end of the market. So it kind of creates some sense of confidence
for investors.
For investors, yes.
Okay. What else are they doing on the first? They're also, I think they're making some changes to the NSE 30 index as well as the sectoral indices as well. I'm showing. Let me see. Which stock was it that they wanted to include? I think it was UAC that they're looking at adding to the exchange. So there's a few other, in addition to the trading. The changes to the trading mechanisms for the pre-market and so on. Also a little rejigging of the NSE 30 index as well.
Yeah, this is not new. They do this every 6 months. This is just to make sure that stocks that are listed on the NSE 30, NSE banking, on the indices are in line with they have the requirements.
Okay.
Yes. So for the NSE 30, so this is the end of the first half of the year. Next 6 months they review again. So for the NSE 30, it's based on the top 30 most capitalized stocks on the exchange. So the impact for an investor is that exchange traded funds they buy based on indices.
Right.
So if a stock is being added, ETFs are going to want to buy that stock. If a stock is being removed, they're going to sell it. So USCN is expected to be added to the NSE 30 index, and also Jais Bank is expected
to be added to banking.
Yeah, to be added to the banking index, and this will improve liquidity on Jais Bank.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that. But people say that I'm going after Jai's back because I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, but that's good. That's good. The more it is, and by the way, you guys out there, if you want to get an idea of how these sectors are doing, as Wede has already mentioned, you can probably get an ETF in order to track that. But of course, as usual, before making any purchases, do your due diligence, and you of course contact folks like Afrin Invest. Yeah, before making any stock purchases. Shall we move to oil? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay, we've seen yesterday that oil prices jumped. I mean, of course, we already talked about OPEC yesterday and their meeting on Friday. But yet again, on yesterday, Tuesday, oil prices jumped. Well, what happened? What was this? What was the latest cause for the little volatility in oil prices?
It's the uncertainty over the Libyan crude exports. Libyan is the largest oil has the largest oil base in Africa,
Yeah.
and the Eastern Libyan Commander Forces handed over control to a national oil corporation based in the east of the country. Now, before this was done by the state-owned company-based oil corporation, which
Okay.
is based in the capital.
Right.
So this uncertainty kind of like pressured the oil prices.
Yeah.
Triggered the oil prices, and despite OPEC's plans to moderately improve supply, it's still the oil price still around 70 to 75 naira, and it's still
Dollars.
good for sorry.
Wouldn't it be nice if oil was priced in naira? Wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah, no, go ahead. Yeah, exactly, right?
So it's still 70 to 75 dollars. Yes, excuse me for that.
Right.
So it's still good for Nigeria because our target from the last budget, so we're targeting about $56
Dollars per barrel.
So
Right.
even if there's a rise in supply and the price drops a little bit, I think we're still
Above the benchmark.
We're still way above our benchmark.
So essentially, in Libya, we're looking at it's like NNPC, and then they're having another NNPC in the eastern part of the country or northern part of somewhere in
They
another
are on
and they are on NNPC. So that's exactly why oil traders are a little nervous. So we keep
And I'm sure there's like lots of political
issues going on with that.
going on with that, yeah.
The oil story continues. All right. Atlas Mara, I'm showing that they've increased their stake in Union Bank. This is Bob Diamond's baby. What's going on there? They still looks like they're increasing ownership there in the
Atlas Mara targets they basically target sub-Saharan African banks.
Okay.
So they are trying to currently they have 48% stake in Union Bank, and they're increasing it by 1%. Once they have 50%, they're majority stakeholders in the company, but they increased it just by 1% to 49%.
Okay.
I don't think personally they have the plans to become majority shareholders. It's just part of their strategic build up.
Okay.
So the mode of funding, the company is not going to go directly to the market to buy the 1%. So they are going to issue new shares to take up that 1% value. Okay. So I think it just shows that investors are still optimistic about the Nigerian equities market, and they still see strong prospects for sustainable growth in future for the Nigerian market.
All right. I didn't want to talk about the World Cup because I'm still quite disappointed. But there's I know we talked about the commercial angle to this yesterday before the match. We had some predictions. Predictions didn't go quite right, even though we're almost there. But on the commercial side of things, what are we looking at as far as what the impact is on the first round exit of the Super Eagles?
Well, the impact will be basically reduced spending. So the World Cup always stimulates the Nigerian economy. So now that Nigeria is out, maybe there will be like reduced patronage for bars,
right,
and also brand ads too.
Right.
There are a lot of ads on the World Cup.
I saw so many different brands. Like I don't know, it's not Tech Friday, but if you guys out there are using the ESPN app, Kwese or is it Kwesi, that partner with ESPN, if you use that app to follow what the games and highlights, before every highlight, there's one particular detergent company that actually has placed an ad and that ad plays every time before every highlight is played. So it's a shame, because if we had lasted until the next round, we would have had at least another week or so of ads and so on. But it is what it is. Yes. we move on, and I think AFCON, the African Nations Cup, is next week. So I said next year. So we can look towards that.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see now. The central bank, I think Folu and Valentine mentioned this during their news brief. The central bank is looking at what's the update with the central bank? They want to
comment financial education curriculum in schools, like secondary schools. It's currently not included.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a really welcome development. I mean, kids need to know a lot about financial education.
Yeah.
I think financial literacy level in Nigeria is really poor. There's too much room for improvement, and it's a great idea for the central bank to
get this going.
Get this going, yes.
I mean, to be fair, financial literacy globally is kind of a question mark, really. People aren't really taught about money. We're not really taught how to manage money, and that's a very important thing.
It's very important.
It's good stuff. I hope to get that implemented as soon as possible. Any stock picks for us? Anything that you like out there for us to look into? Of course, disclosure, as I always say, before you make any purchases of stocks, do your due diligence and contact brokerage houses like Afrin Invest before making any purchases. So what do you like out there?
I like Honeywell.
Yeah.
Because they'll release their full year 2017 results. Should be next month.
Okay.
Yeah, should be early next month. They should release their full year 2017 results, and we saw their 9-month results do very well.
Okay.
They had 54 billion naira in revenue as against 37 billion naira in 2016. In 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of room for improvement. Like the all year low is two naira. What am I saying?
2 naira 4 kobo.
2 naira 4 kobo. 2 naira 9 kobo.
9 kobo. Okay.
Yeah. So we still see a lot of improvements in the stock, and it's currently trading at 2 naira 2 kobo.
Okay.
So I mean, investors can, ahead of the release of their full year results, investors can take position. Danksem.
Hey. I know he has major expansion plans with his debts that he's raising.
And I mean, linking this to the...
Sorry, that's an acronym, DANKSEM. Full name for people who are listening, please.
Sorry, Dangote Cement.
Thank you, Dangote Cement.
Thank you so much, guys. Just how you're using your cool business slang.
Yeah, sorry about that. Dangote Cement. All right, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so linking the timing of 2018 budget, we see that this may buoy the Dangote Cement. I can say Danksem now.
You can now say Danksem, yes. Everybody knows what Danksem is, yeah. Okay.
Yes, so it will buoy the performance of Danksem due to disbursement of funds for capital expenditure.
Okay.
For the industrial sector generally, it would kind of buoy performance.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but generally, the Nigerian equities market currently has, the ASI All-Share Index is currently at price earnings of about 10 to 8 times, which is still low compared to other African
peers,
peers, Kenya, Ghana, South Africa.
And
so there's still a lot of, the Nigerian market is still currently underpriced. There's a lot of room for improvement. Provided
that foreign investors don't run away when the ahead of the 2019 elections. All right. Well, Wede of Afrin Invest. I am pronouncing your name correctly. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
No
cool.
struggle.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
Thank you very much. And just like that, we've come to the end of Business Express. But don't forget, we have been streaming on our YouTube platform, so you can go over there and catch the replay just in case you missed it. As for the rest of Smooth Breakfast, it continues all the way through till 10 a.m. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Coming up next at 7 o'clock, Frankly Speaking with Muiwa Afalabi. Then at 7:30, we switch lanes and go into detailed newspaper analysis inside of Freshly Pressed.